I was getting ready for bed. I already had my son in bed, and I heard one of my neighbors screaming.
The Quincy Police Department and Adams County EMS responded to a 911 call at 905 Jersey Street Saturday night.
The report was some type of disturbance with an injury.
At around 9:30 p.m. when the officers arrived, they met with the resident of the apartment, David Masterson. Police then went into the apartment and found the dead body of 41-year-old Jason Turnier. Investigators determined that Masterson and Turnier had gotten into an altercation. Masterson then struck Turnier in the head numerous times with a metal pipe. A neighbor who requested to be off camera had been around during the commotion and recalls details from that evening.
And they said that, the apartment just was nothing but blood in the living room.
Masterson was arrested on site, leaving QPD to complete their work into the early morning hours.
David Masterson was brought to the Quincy Police Department, interviewed, and then ultimately lodged at the Adams County Jail. His charges were for murder and parole violation.
The investigators did determine that Turnier had been a guest that evening at Masterson's house. Turnier's wife, Marcella, said that the two men were far from strangers.
He did know him. That is his sister's brother-in-law.
Turnier had left his home earlier that evening to go out drinking with friends.
He was drinking yesterday. He had been down at the tavern.
Turnier eventually ended up at Masterson's apartment that night.
I'm standing in front of the driveway that Turnier most likely walked up to get to Masterson's apartment, and that apartment sits just behind me, beyond that green dumpster.
Marcella says that she had left her house at around 4:15 p.m. to pick up her two daughters from a church trip. She never saw her husband again.
When I came back, he was gone, and I didn't see him anymore.
While Masterson awaits his fate, he leaves a family grieving and his community in shock. Molly Patrick, KHQA News, Quincy.